Hello everybody. Today we shall discuss about higher education, governance and administration and policies. India's higher education system is the third largest in the world, next to the United States and China. The main governing body at the territory level or else at the tertiary level is the University Grants Commission, which enforces its standards, advises the government and helps coordinate between the center and the state. Accreditation for higher learning is overseen by 15 autonomous institutions established by the University Grants Commission. ಭಾರತದ ಉನ್ನತ ಶಿಕ್ಷಣ ವ್ಯವಸ್ಥೆ ಅತ್ಯಂತ ಉನ್ನತ ವ್ಯವಸ್ಥೆಯಲ್ಲಿದೆ, ಅತ್ಯಂತ ಉತ್ಕೃಷ್ಟ ಸ್ಥಾನದಲ್ಲಿ ಎಂಬುದು ಇದರ ತಾತ್ಪರ್ಯ. As per the latest 2011 census, about 8.15%, I mean 16 million of Indians are graduates, with union territories of Chandigarh and Delhi topping the list with 24.65% and 22.56% of their population being graduates respectively. Indian higher education system has expanded at a fast pace by adding nearly 20,000 colleges and more than 8 million students in a decade from 2000 to 2001 to 2010 to 2011. As of 2020, India has over 1000 universities with a breakup of 50 central universities, 402 state universities, 125 deemed universities, 334 private universities, 7 institutes under State Legislature Act and 155 institutes of national importance, which includes IIMs, AIIMS, IITs, IIITs, IISERS and NITs among others. Other institutions include 52,627 colleges as government degree colleges, private colleges, standalone institutes and postgraduate research institutions functioning under these universities as reported by the MHRD in 2020. Colleges may be autonomous, that is empowered to examine their own degrees up to PhD level in some cases, or non-autonomous, in which case their examinations are under the supervision of the university to which they are affiliated. In either case, however, degrees are awarded in the name of the university rather than the college. Some institutions of India, such as the Indian Institute of Technology, National Institute of Technology, Indian Institute of Science, Indian Institute of Science Education and Research, Indian Institutes of Management, University of Delhi, University of Calcutta, University of Madras, University of Mumbai, Jawaharlal Nehru University, University of Hyderabad, Anna University and Jadavpur University have been globally acclaimed for their standard of education. The IITs enroll about 8,000 students annually, and the alumni have contributed to both the growth of the private sector and the public sectors of India. However, Indian universities still lag behind universities such as Harvard, Cambridge and Oxford. So, Harvard, Cambridge ಮತ್ತು ಇನ್ನಿತರ ಉನ್ನತ ಶಿಕ್ಷಣ ಕೊಡುವ ವಿಶ್ವವಿದ್ಯಾಲಯಗಳಿಗಿಂತ ಅಂದರೆ ಅವುಗಳಿಗೆ ಹೋಲಿಸಿದರೆ ಬಹುಶಃ ಇನ್ನೂ ಭಾರತ ಸಾಕಷ್ಟು ಸಾಧನೆ ಮಾಡಬೇಕಾಗಿದೆ ಈ ನಿಟ್ಟಿನಲ್ಲಿ ಅನ್ನೋದು ಇದರ ಪ್ರಮುಖ ಉದ್ದೇಶ. Universities in India have evolved in divergent streams, with each stream monitored by an apex body indirectly controlled by the Minister of Human Resource Development and funded jointly by the state governments. Most universities are administered by the states. However, there are 18 important universities called central universities, which are maintained by the Union government. The increased funding of the central universities give them an advantage over their state competitors. ಸೊ ರಾಜ್ಯ ಸರ್ಕಾರದಲ್ಲಿ ಸ್ಥಾಪಿಸಲ್ಪಟ್ಟಿರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ವಿಶ್ವವಿದ್ಯಾನಿಲಯಗಳು, ರಾಜ್ಯ ಸರ್ಕಾರದಿಂದ ಗುರುತಿಸಲ್ಪಟ್ಟ ವಿಶ್ವವಿದ್ಯಾಲಯಗಳು ಇವೆಲ್ಲವೂ ಕೂಡ ರಾಜ್ಯದ ಆಡಳಿತದ ಪರಿಣಿತಿಗೆ ಒಳಪಡ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ವಿಶ್ವವಿದ್ಯಾಲಯಗಳು. Apart from the several hundred state universities, there is a network of research institutions that provide opportunities for advanced learning and research leading up to a PhD in branches of science, technology and agriculture. Several have won international recognition. 25 of these institutions come under the umbrella of the CSIR, Council of Scientific and Industrial Research, and over 60 fall under the ICAR, Indian Council of Agricultural Research. In addition, the DAE, Department of Atomic Energy, and other ministries support various research laboratories. The National Institute of Technology, Indian Institute of Information Technology, Indian Institutes of Technology, Netaji Subhash University of Technology are among the most prestigious institutions within the technology sciences. Indian Institute of Science and Indian Institute of Science Education and Research are the premier research institutes in the field of science education and research. Technical education has grown rapidly in recent years. Of 27.3 million students enrolled in undergraduate studies, about 4.5 million are in engineering fields. With recent capacity additions, it now appears that the nation has the capability to graduate over 5 lakh engineers with 4-year undergraduate degrees annually, and there is also a corresponding increase in the graduation of computer scientists, roughly 50,000 with the postgraduate degree. International League tables produced in 2006 by the London based Times Higher Education Supplement, that is called as in short form DES, confirmed Jawaharlal Nehru University, its place among the world's top 200 universities. ಜಾಗತಿಕ 200 ವಿಶ್ವವಿದ್ಯಾಲಯಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ಜವಾಹರ್ಲಾಲ್ ನೆಹರು ವಿಶ್ವವಿದ್ಯಾಲಯ ಕೂಡ ಅತ್ಯಂತ ಉನ್ನತವಾದ ಸ್ಥಾನವನ್ನು ಪಡೆದುಕೊಂಡಿರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ವಿಶ್ವವಿದ್ಯಾಲಯ. Likewise, DES 2006 ranked JNU's School of Social Sciences at the 57th position among the world's top 100 institutes for social sciences. In 2017, DES ranked the Indian Institute of Science as the 8th best small university in the world. ಜಾಗತಿಕ ಮಟ್ಟದಲ್ಲಿ ಅತ್ಯಂತ ಹೆಸರು ಮಾಡಿರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ವಿಶ್ವವಿದ್ಯಾಲಯ ಅಂದರೆ ವಿಶ್ವವಿದ್ಯಾಲಯ ಸ್ಥಾನಮಾನ ಹೊಂದಿರತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಇಂಡಿಯನ್ ಇನ್ಸ್ಟಿಟ್ಯೂಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಸೈನ್ಸ್ 8ನೇ ಸ್ಥಾನವನ್ನು ಹೊಂದಿರತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಒಂದು ಚಿಕ್ಕ ವಿಶ್ವವಿದ್ಯಾಲಯಂತೆ ಅದು ಹೆಸರನ್ನು ಪಡೆದುಕೊಂಡಿದೆ. ಎ ಸ್ಮಾಲ್ ಯೂನಿವರ್ಸಿಟಿ was defined as one with less than 5,000 students. In 2015, the institute also became the first Indian institute to make it to the top 100 in the DES list of engineering institutes. It was ranked 99. The University of Calcutta was the first multidisciplinary university of modern India. According to the Times Higher Education Supplements survey of the world's top arts and humanities universities dated 10 November 2005, this university ranked 39, was the only Indian university to make it to the top 50 list in that year. Other research institutes are the Saha Institute of Nuclear Physics, the Asiatic Society and the Indian Statistical Institute. India is also the leading source of international students around the world. More than 2 lakh Indian students are studying abroad. 2 ಲಕ್ಷಕ್ಕೂ ಅಧಿಕ ವಿದ್ಯಾರ್ಥಿಗಳು ಬೇರೆ ದೇಶಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ಇವತ್ತು ಅಧ್ಯಯನ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ. They are likely to be enrolled in master programs with engineering focus, which provide them opportunities to enhance career potential. In recent times, several international institutes have also reached out to India, offering their courses to Indian students. A US-based institute in 2015 announced its accounting courses for Indian students. Accreditation ಹೇಗಾಗುತ್ತೆ? Indian law requires that universities be accredited unless created through an act of parliament. Without accreditation, the government notes these fake institutions have no legal entity to call themselves as university, Vishwavidyalaya, and to award degree which are not treated as valid for academic employment purposes. The University Grants Commission Act 1950 explains, the right of conferring or granting degrees shall be exercised only by a university established or incorporated by or under a central act, Carlo Bon Tempo, or a state act, or an institution deemed to be university, or an institution specially empowered by an act of the Parliament to confer or grant degrees. Thus, any institution which has not been created by an enactment of Parliament or a state legislature or has not been granted the status of a deemed to be university is not entitled to award a degree. Accreditation for higher learning is overseen by autonomous institutions established by the University Grants Commission. ಆಗಲೇ ತಮಗೆ ಗಮನಕ್ಕೆ ತಂದೆ 15 ಸಂಸ್ಥೆಗಳು ಉನ್ನತ ಶಿಕ್ಷಣ ಸಂಸ್ಥೆಗಳನ್ನ ಗುರುತಿಸಿ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಮಾನ್ಯತೆ ಕೊಡ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥದ್ದು ಮತ್ತು ಒಂದು ಶ್ರೇಣಿ ಕೊಡ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಕಾರ್ಯಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ತೊಡಗಿದ್ದಾವೆ. ಅವು ಯಾವುವು ಎಂದರೆ ಆಲ್ ಇಂಡಿಯಾ ಕೌನ್ಸಿಲ್ ಫಾರ್ ಟೆಕ್ನಿಕಲ್ ಎಜುಕೇಷನ್, ಡಿಸ್ಟೆನ್ಸ್ ಎಜುಕೇಷನ್ ಬ್ಯೂರೋ, ಇಂಡಿಯನ್ ಕೌನ್ಸಿಲ್ ಆಫ್ ಅಗ್ರಿಕಲ್ಚರಲ್ ರಿಸರ್ಚ್, ಬಾರ್ ಕೌನ್ಸಿಲ್ ಆಫ್ ಇಂಡಿಯಾ, ನ್ಯಾಷನಲ್ ಅಸೆಸ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಅಕ್ರಿಡಿಟೇಷನ್ ಕೌನ್ಸಿಲ್, ನ್ಯಾಷನಲ್ ಕೌನ್ಸಿಲ್ ಫಾರ್ ಟೀಚರ್ ಎಜುಕೇಷನ್, ರಿಹ್ಯಾಬಿಲಿಟೇಷನ್ ಕೌನ್ಸಿಲ್ ಆಫ್ ಇಂಡಿಯಾ, ಮೆಡಿಕಲ್ ಕೌನ್ಸಿಲ್ ಆಫ್ ಇಂಡಿಯಾ, ಫಾರ್ಮಸಿ ಕೌನ್ಸಿಲ್ ಆಫ್ ಇಂಡಿಯಾ, ಇಂಡಿಯನ್ ನರ್ಸಿಂಗ್ ಕೌನ್ಸಿಲ್, ಡೆಂಟಲ್ ಕೌನ್ಸಿಲ್ ಆಫ್ ಇಂಡಿಯಾ, ಸೆಂಟ್ರಲ್ ಕೌನ್ಸಿಲ್ ಆಫ್ ಹೋಮಿಯೋಪತಿ, ಸೆಂಟ್ರಲ್ ಕೌನ್ಸಿಲ್ ಆಫ್ ಇಂಡಿಯನ್ ಮೆಡಿಸಿನ್, ವೆಟರ್ನರಿ ಕೌನ್ಸಿಲ್ ಆಫ್ ಇಂಡಿಯಾ. The education system of India falls broadly under the Ministry of Human Resource Development. ಆತ್ಮೀಯರೇ, ಕೇಂದ್ರದ ಸ್ಥಾನದಲ್ಲಿರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಮಿನಿಸ್ಟ್ರಿ ಆಫ್ ಹ್ಯೂಮನ್ ರಿಸೋರ್ಸ್ ಡೆವಲಪ್ಮೆಂಟ್ MHRD ನಮ್ಮ ದೇಶದಲ್ಲಿ ಶೈಕ್ಷಣಿಕ ವ್ಯವಸ್ಥೆಯನ್ನು ಅದು ಅತ್ಯಂತ ವ್ಯವಸ್ಥಿತ ರೂಪದಲ್ಲಿ ಮತ್ತು ಅನುಕೂಲವಾಗುವ ರೀತಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ದೇಶದ ಶೈಕ್ಷಣಿಕ ವ್ಯವಸ್ಥೆಯನ್ನು ಗಮನಿಸ್ತಾ ಇರುತ್ತೆ ಮತ್ತು ಅದಕ್ಕೋಸ್ಕರ ಅನೇಕ ಚಟುವಟಿಕೆಗಳನ್ನು ಕೂಡ MHRD ಹಾಕಿಕೊಳ್ತಾ ಇರ್ತದೆ. Amongst the branches of the MHRD, the Department of Higher Education is responsible for overseeing the growth of the higher education sector. The department aims to improve quality of and access to higher education for all sections of the population. One of the key objectives of the department is to increase the gross enrollment ratio in higher education to 30% by 2020. Some of the other objectives of the department include expansion of institutional base, greater inclusion of minorities, removal of regional disparities, infrastructural improvement, and increased global participation. Current government initiatives include, ಸದ್ಯದ ಪರಿಸ್ಥಿತಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಸರ್ಕಾರ ಹಾಕಿಕೊಂಡಿರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಯೋಜನೆಗಳೇನು ಉನ್ನತ ಶಿಕ್ಷಣ ಹಂತದಲ್ಲಿ ಅಂತಂದರೆ, ರಾಷ್ಟ್ರೀಯ ಉಚ್ಚತರ ಶಿಕ್ಷಾ ಅಭಿಯಾನ್. A total of 316 state public universities and 13,024 colleges will be covered under the Rashtriya Uchatar Shiksha Abhiyan, a plan to manage funding for higher education. This is a scheme to develop state university by central government funding, that is 60% for general category states, 90% for special category states and 100% for union territories. Scheme of integrating persons with disabilities in the mainstream of technical and vocational education, caters to around 50 polytechnics in the country and provides them with grants in aid aimed at facilitating greater integration of disabled individuals into higher education. Scheme of Pandit Madan Mohan Malviya National Mission on Teachers and Teaching. The purpose of this scheme is to raise the quantity and quality of teaching staff across schools and colleges. It also aims to create better institutional frameworks in order to cultivate change in the positive direction. ಇನ್ನು ವಿಶ್ವವಿದ್ಯಾಲಯ ಧನ ಸಹಾಯ ಆಯೋಗ ಎಲ್ಲ ವಿಶ್ವವಿದ್ಯಾಲಯಗಳಿಗೂ ಸಂಸ್ಥೆಗಳಲ್ಲೂ ಶ್ರೇಣಿಗಳನ್ನು ಕೊಡ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಕಾರ್ಯದಲ್ಲಿ ಅದು ತೊಡಗ್ತಾ ಇರ್ತದೆ. ನಾನು ಈಗಾಗಲೇ ಹೇಳಿದ ಹಾಗೆ 15 ಸಂಸ್ಥೆಗಳು ಈ ಕಾರ್ಯದಲ್ಲಿ ತೊಡಗಿಕೊಂಡಿದ್ದಾವೆ. ಯೂನಿವರ್ಸಿಟಿ ರ್ಯಾಂಕಿಂಗ್ಸ್ ಆರ್ ಯೂಸ್ಡ್ ಟು ಮೇಜರ್ and compare institutional quality based on a range of indicators related to research, reputation and teaching. Indian government's National Institutional Ranking Framework or NIRF is the mechanism for measuring quality and also intended to determine funding and world class university endeavors. The institutions of eminence initiative by the Government of India aims to build up top ranked Indian universities by providing autonomy and funding, and identified 6 institutions. The University of Mumbai was ranked 41 among the top 50 engineering schools of the world by America's news broadcasting firm, that is Business Insider, in 2012, and was the only university in the list from the 5 emerging BRICS nations. BRICS nations ಅಂದರೆ ಯಾವಂದರೆ ಬ್ರೆಜಿಲ್, ರಷ್ಯಾ, ಇಂಡಿಯಾ, ಚೈನಾ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಸೌತ್ ಆಫ್ರಿಕಾ ಎಲ್ಲವನ್ನು ಸೇರಿ ಒಟ್ಟಾರೆಯಾಗಿ ಬ್ರಿಕ್ಸ್ ರಾಷ್ಟ್ರಗಳು ಅಂತ ಕರೆಯಲ್ಪಟ್ಟಿವೆ. ಇಟ್ ವಾಸ್ ರ್ಯಾಂಕ್ಡ್ ಎಟ್ 62 ಇನ್ ದ QS BRICS University rankings for 2013 and was India's third best multidisciplinary university in the QS University ranking of Indian universities after University of Calcutta and Delhi University. The Indian system of higher education has always responded well to the challenges of the time. 2 decades ago, when the system came under severe criticism that it had allowed the mushrooming of higher education institutions, compromising the quality of educational offerings, the Ministry of Human Resource Development and the University Grants Commission took initiatives to restore the standards of higher education. Consequently, the National Policy on Education 1986 that laid special emphasis on upholding the quality of higher education in India noted certain policy initiatives. Now, we all know that new policy on education has came into existence. On the recommendations of the Program of Action POA 1992 document that provided the guidelines for the implementation of the National Policy on Education, that is 1986. In 1994, the UGC established the National Assessment and Accreditation Council NAC as an autonomous body to assess and accredit institutions of higher education and its units thereof with its headquarters at Bangalore. ಆತ್ಮೀಯರೇ, NAC ನ್ಯಾಷನಲ್ ಅಸೆಸ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಅಕ್ರಿಡೇಷನ್ ಕೌನ್ಸಿಲ್ ಇದು ಎಲ್ಲ ವಿಶ್ವವಿದ್ಯಾಲಯಗಳನ್ನು ವಿವಿಧ ಶ್ರೇಣಿಗಳನ್ನು ಮಾಡಿ ಉನ್ನತ ಶಿಕ್ಷಣದ ಗುಣಮಟ್ಟವನ್ನು ಕಾಪಾಡಿಕೊಳ್ಳಲು ಸಹಕಾರಿಯಾಗಿದೆ ಮತ್ತು ಈ ಕಾರ್ಯ ನಿರಂತರವಾಗಿ ನಡೀತಾ ಇದೆ. ಸೊ ಹಾಗಾಗಿ ನಮ್ಮ ದೇಶದ ಉನ್ನತ ಶಿಕ್ಷಣ ವ್ಯವಸ್ಥೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಗುಣಮಟ್ಟತೆಯನ್ನು ಕಾಪಾಡಿಕೊಳ್ಳಲು ಸರ್ಕಾರ ತೆಗೆದುಕೊಂಡಿರುವ ಎಲ್ಲ ಮಾರ್ಗಸೂಚಿಗಳನ್ನು ಮತ್ತು ಸರ್ಕಾರ ಕೊಡುವ ಸಲಹೆಗಳನ್ನು ವಿಶ್ವವಿದ್ಯಾಲಯಗಳು, ಉನ್ನತ ಶಿಕ್ಷಣ ಸಂಸ್ಥೆಗಳು ಮತ್ತು ಕಾಲೇಜುಗಳು ಅಳವಡಿಸಿಕೊಂಡು ಗುಣಮಟ್ಟತೆಯನ್ನು ಕಾಪಾಡಿಕೊಳ್ಳಲು ಸಾಕಷ್ಟು ರೀತಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಅವು ಕೆಲಸ ಮಾಡುತ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾವೆ ಮತ್ತು ಆ ನಿಟ್ಟಿನಲ್ಲಿ ಆ ಕೆಲಸಗಳ ಪ್ರಕ್ರಿಯೆ ಕೂಡ ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ ಕಿಂಚಿತ್ತೂ ತೊಂದರೆ ಬರದ ಹಾಗೆ ಅಲ್ಲಿರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಪ್ರತಿಯೊಬ್ಬರೂ ಕೂಡ ವಿಶ್ವವಿದ್ಯಾಲಯ ಆಗಿರ್ಬೋದು ಕಾಲೇಜು ಶಿಕ್ಷಣ ಸಂಸ್ಥೆಗಳಾಗಿರ್ಬೋದು, ಉನ್ನತ ಶಿಕ್ಷಣ ಸಂಸ್ಥೆಗಳಾಗಿರ್ಬೋದು, ಸಾಕಷ್ಟು ರೀತಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಅವು ಕಾರ್ಯದಲ್ಲಿ ತೊಡಗಿಸಿಕೊಂಡಿವೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನಾನು ಇಷ್ಟಪಡ್ತೇನೆ. ಸೊ ಇದಿಷ್ಟು ಮಾಹಿತಿ ಉನ್ನತ ಶಿಕ್ಷಣದ ಆಡಳಿತ ಮತ್ತು ಅಲ್ಲಿರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ರೂಪುರೇಷೆಗಳ ಕುರಿತು ನಾವು ಚರ್ಚೆ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೇವೆ. ಧನ್ಯವಾದಗಳು.
ಇಲ್ಲಿಯವರೆಗೆ ಉಪನ್ಯಾಸ ನೀಡಿದ ಡಾಕ್ಟರ್ ಅಶೋಕ್ ಕುಮಾರ್ ಅವರಿಗೆ ಧನ್ಯವಾದಗಳು. ಮತ್ತೊಂದು ಉಪನ್ಯಾಸದೊಂದಿಗೆ ಮತ್ತೆ ಭೇಟಿ ಮಾಡೋಣ. ನಮಸ್ಕಾರ.